What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another show. We have stories about, well, Blade has run into some major problems, and also we got a little bit more detail about the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! That you'll be happy to hear. Also, TwitchCon is literally killing people. Oh boy.
Man, this is a roller coaster show.
Anyway.
Again.
But my name is Jason X. I don't do this by myself. My partners to the left of me, this is Kat.
I'm Kat. I'm really excited to be here.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
Over there's Cora.
Hi, I'm Cora, and Jason wouldn't let me bring my Yu-Gi Shrine to the show.
It's gross. Anyway, and over there on the board, making everybody look pretty, making it sound good, twisting the knobs and microphones, apparently, it is Cass.
Hello.
Producer Cass.
Hi.
She's got her producer headphones on.
This is not going well.
Would it help if I got you
It's
a producer
all
cap?
ASMR from me today. I apologize.
I like that you switched to the shot of you to show you looking terribly incompetent. It's my favorite part of the show so
I'm not even
far.
watching. I'm not
We
even watching.
believe in honesty on this show.
Yeah. It's very important to me that I show that I'm human, I guess.
Nobody
Which
doubted that.
I believe I did.
Now switch back to me. Taking meds like Tic Tacs. You can't
There you
demonetize. I just said meds.
But before we get into a terrible convention, I'd like to remind everybody that Texas Latino Comic-Con is coming up October 22nd, 2002. It'll be at the Latino Cultural Arts Center in downtown Dallas. It is completely free. You have no excuse not to go to this show. It's a great show in a very beautiful setting. Go check it out. And you can find them on Facebook and get some. Well, you don't need tickets. Just show up. Wear a costume. It's cool. Anyway. And also this weekend is Dallas Fan Festival, which we're going to be attending sparsely.
Intermittently.
Sparsely.
Yeah.
Not from lack of desire,
But it does look,
actually.
I'll admit, I want to see Matt Smith actually make a show. Very proud of him if he actually makes it.
First time ever.
I am waiting until tomorrow before I get any kind of hype from Matt.
I want to see posted pictures of people with him at the con before I'm going to be like, Matt Smith is there.
But let's face it, the selling point is this Sandman's going to be there. Sandman.
You guys, if I
happened.
get to interview him, which is a long shot, you might
It's a
literally
very
see
long
me
shot with
cry on camera because he is the perfect Morpheus, and Sandman on Netflix is everything we've been waiting for, and go watch it. It's so good. And there wasn't enough death. It's my only complaint about the season.
And you mean Death the character, I'm assuming.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
Both. Why not both?
Why not both?
One does tend to follow the other.
True.
The character, definitely, who is also perfect in her own way.
Well, before we get any further into just tangents that the train goes off the track, let's kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. Now, this is going to be more of our discussion piece, but over the past weekend, TwitchCon happened. We didn't go because we don't do that anymore. But, it's a gathering of streamers and fans. You can meet your favorite people that you see playing video games online. It's a good time, you would think.
Your favorite gamers except for us.
Except you can possibly get severely injured. This year, the Lenovo hosted basically kind of a baton thing where you stand on the platforms with the pad of baton, you whack, and knock somebody off. And it's all fun. It's great until you knock someone only into a pit of foam that's barely a foot deep. Apparently, the makers, and Lenovo actually was sponsoring this booth, had a foam pit, and I'm using strong quotation marks on this. I wish I had bigger fingers for this. But it basically was only 2 layers deep of foam brick, and then underneath was the hard concrete floor of the convention.
Which, I don't know if any of y'all have been anywhere with a foam pit. That's not a foam pit.
Mm-mm. Now, what happened was multiple people started getting injured for this. One person dislocated her knee in 2 places. Another person got jolted up through the spine, but popular streamer Adriana Chechnik broke her spine in 2 places. She she had won a jousting competition and leaped off cheerleader style because she was under the impression she was diving into a foam pit. Upon landing, and the video's very hard to watch.
It really is.
Because she hits the ground and you hear her, I can't get up.
She hits the ground. You can see on her face immediately something is wrong. She's able to move her limbs still, so like that was like the only saving grace. Is like,
yes.
Okay, she didn't lose mobility, but she very easily could have been completely paralyzed from that.
Now, upon the injury, she was rushed to care, and they found the break in her spine. Not only that, she ruptured her bladder. She had surgery today to put a rod in, fuse a couple of her vertebrae together, and repair some internal injuries. Here's the problem. They didn't stop people participating in this booth, which led to other injuries. Somebody else, I believe, getting a rib injury, another person getting another spinal injury, not to the effect that she did, because granted, she jumped off. She got some height. And knowing just... Ugh.
I'm so mad.
How do you... Okay, and let's just go ahead and just throw some more salt in this wound. She's been very open. She had her surgery today, and she's got a difficult road ahead of her. But she also noted no one has called her, no one has spoken with her from either Twitch, the convention center itself, or Lenovo. Now, granted, there could be some impending legal problems. There should be.
Yeah.
But to not reach out to the person and say, hey, are you okay? Look, we're sorry this happened. Understand we need to talk about this. Something. Address, and that's just really shitty to me.
Yeah.
And she's putting on a brave face. And she acknowledges this is a very severe injury. She's unable to sit up.
She's going to have lifelong difficulties as a result.
Didn't you say she basically shattered several of her vertebrae to
yes.
dust?
Yes, that's why they were fusing them together. This is like what a lot of wrestlers get and their careers end. Also, to everyone noting that she has a secondary career outside of streaming, shut up. Just shut up. Okay? This is a human being who has been severely injured. But where's the sense in not shutting this event down?
Yeah, see, that's where the problem really, where the bigger problem lies, is that you had someone get a severe injury because you did not properly prep this pit, and then other people are still getting injured even when they're falling from a smaller height. That's a problem. That's a big, big problem.
And I'm on Team Adriana for this. I hope she gets everything that she needs for her care, and somebody else pays for it. Because it's sad to hear. And I hear it was a pretty decent event, but I mean, this is a pretty serious downside to it.
Yeah, and it's real hard. It's a gray area on whose fault it really lays onto. Was it Lenovo? Was it Twitch? It was definitely whoever the booth was being run by, period, and also it falls into a lot of hands, and I think that's why no one's reached out to her, because they don't know who needs to. I mean, any of you should be. Just saying.
Yeah, just as a person, it wouldn't be hard to reach out and be like, hope you're feeling better, without assuming any kind of liability at all. Get better soon, nice flowers, something. Especially Lenovo and Twitch both have the resources to do it. It's frustrating.
But also, she is kind of putting on a brave face. If there's anybody out there that does powder coating or any type of designs, she is looking to powder coat her brace pink. So if anybody can help her out, please go. And
I love
she
her.
has come up with some designs that she would like on her brace. And be brave, Adriana. We're hoping for a great recovery and you know.
Did y'all ever think there would be a worse pit than the TumblerCon ball pit?
That's what I saw it being compared to. At least the TumblerCon ball pit didn't hurt anyone. It just hurt feelings.
Yeah, that was the meme pit for a long time, but now it's the Twitch pit, and that's just bad. That's the meme you don't want.
I mean, it wasn't because of this directly, but there's a reason we moved away from Twitch.
Yeah. it really doesn't look good for Twitch, who had all that controversy last week, to be followed up by someone almost destroying their entire spine.
Yeah, they're like, to make up for last week, we're hosting the real life Squid Games. I know that's not sensitive, and I probably shouldn't have said that.
Damn.
No, but yeah, though.
Are you inaccurate though?
Yeah.
Isn't inaccurate? Though?
Inaccurate is not the way my bitchiness
It's definitely a
goes.
Falcon and Winter Soldier meme. Yeah. She's out of line, but she's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's where I try and hang out.
So yeah, Twitch, do better. All across the board, please. Anyway, Cora, you have some news for us.
Yes, I'm going to bring a heartfelt story this time.
Yes,
you.
why don't we turn the tide
Yeah.
on this show?
Yeah. Well, funny you should say that. So this is going to involve Kazuki Takahashi. As you all know, Kazuki Takahashi was the creator for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm going to try real hard not to cry during this, but I'm going to tell you all right now, I'm probably going to cry. So we all know he passed away, unfortunately, back in July. Well, now we have what happened. So let me set the stage. We are in Onna, Okinawa at the Mermaid's Grotto. It's a popular place for people to go to during the summer. Dive, swim, surf, all kinds of stuff. A woman and her child and a U.S. soldier were pulled into a riptide. Which, for those who aren't aware of riptides, they're very bad things, and the best way to usually handle them is to just ride it out and then figure out how to get back from there, because trying to fight it is not going to work.
Very deadly for small children.
Very deadly for small children, which there was one in here. But in addition to this, there were 6-foot waves that were basically making it a whirlpool. So we have 3 people caught in a whirlpool. There was a dive instructor on the beach, Major Robert Burgo. I butchered your name, and I'm very sorry, sir. He was there with his students. They saw that these people needed help, and he ran out into the water to help them. He was able to get the woman and child and the soldier, like all of them were able to get to shore safely. But what he did not see is that Takahashi-san, in his snorkeling gear, ran out into the ocean to help him save these people. Unfortunately, he did not make it. He was pulled under the water, and we know the rest. To quote Major Burgo, he's a hero. He died trying to save someone else.
That's so in character.
Yeah.
Like, for him, he brought happiness to, like, millions of people and was still just a decent person trying to do the right thing.
You know, we saw the same thing happen with the former WWE wrestler Shad Gaspard. Went back in to pull some people out who were in trouble in a riptide. And coming from a guy who was a diver, it is really strong, but he knew he knew the risk when he ran out there, and the fact he stepped up.
Yeah.
That's hero stuff right there.
You know, we always grow up with, in some capacity, people creating heroes that we look up to and idolize, and it's very rare that the person who wrote them is also a hero.
Yeah.
It's sad, but also someone got to live thanks to his actions.
Yes. 3 people, like, whether the Major General was there or not. I keep saying Major General. Whether Major Robert was there or not, he tried to help. And the account was witnessed by several people that were like, no, that's him, and they did find his rental car there at the beach, so we know.
And it's I'm not going to get into the detail of it. The man died helping people.
Yeah.
Legacy intact across the board for everything he's done.
Yes. So a little bit sad, but
it's good to know that this is everyone should know what he did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. This account, by the way, was released on Stars and Stripes, which I do believe is a military.
It's a military magazine, yes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that since it involved 2 members of the U.S. military, they had to keep it classified for a little while because it was an incident. I think
they had to just fully investigate it. Either way,
Yeah.
I am glad that it finally came out that, yes, this man sadly passed, but he did it helping people that he didn't have to help.
Yeah. And I'm just so glad it wasn't any of the alternatives that we were worried about.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Rip. F in chat and
Woo!
all of that. He died a hero.
Can anyone please move on from that one? Cass, Cat, please.
I do have something.
Thank you.
Excuse me. So let me make sure that I can do this. You're never gonna escape. Okay. So last weekend there was New York Comic Con. Quite a few announcements coming out, but probably my favorite is that we are getting a Legend of Vox Machina Season 3. This is in addition to the Season 2 that had already been announced.
Coming January
2023, we are getting a Season 3. I wanted to ask our resident Vox Machina expert,
Oh yes.
Oh, yes, what do you need?
Kat. So the first season was ended with the Briarwood arc, so we're now around episode 38 in the original stream. Without
Somebody
getting too
research.
heavily into spoilers,
Please don't. I'm working my way.
what do you think we might see in these seasons?
In season 2, they set up at the end of season 1. They
Yes.
set up at the end of season 1 of the most like light bulb moments that is in the series. I was very impressed with series 1. There's the battle at the castle that played out in season 1. It was exactly the way I pictured it, and I don't know how they translated it, but I just kept watching like, oh my goodness.
Talking about the party battle? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, after the feast when I said Liam, when Vax snuck up and then he got busted. You watched season 1, yeah?
No, I am only up to the.
You watch Of Vox Machina.
Yeah, I'm up to the hunts with the first episode with
We're
Will
talking
Friedle.
about the Amazon series.
Yeah, I know.
You watched the Amazon.
Yeah, I watched the Amazon series.
Okay, that's I think what you were
Okay,
asking.
yeah, that's all I'm talking about. Is
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
when they went to that feast and then they fought, he snuck away, and then they
Right.
captured him and stuff. That was like shot for shot remake of how Matt described it. It's beautiful. At the end of season 1, spoilers for the end of season 1, and not too heavy for anything else, there was a dragon attack. They're gonna follow that trail real hard.
I'm waiting in the because I'm currently getting caught up. I'm waiting on the live action. Ah! I fell out of the window.
There's so
That's
much,
my favorite line from Percy. Just that
It's an amazing line.
I fell out of the window.
there's so much to love about the actual campaign, and so much of it makes it into that. I was just really impressed with the first season, even with Sam having to like, instead of just rewording songs, like make up new ones because of copyright. I thought it was really fun. First of its kind, basically. But yeah, they're gonna chase the dragon arc really hard, and then
Awesome.
probably end up going into. They'll probably stay with Percy for a hot minute.
Okay.
I don't know about season 3. They have plenty of time to pivot if they want to hit more highlights.
But
and
Kat,
less whatever.
wherever will they get source material for this show? From the literally
from the
thousands
show.
of episodes of Critical Role.
There are.
Of
It was
hours,
160 or
40,
something
60,
like
somewhere,
that.
yeah.
141 in campaign 2.
I'm up to
100
episode 20 of campaign 1, and I like looked at the live stream and it's on campaign 3, and I'm like, it's very overwhelming.
And don't forget, if they run out of stuff from campaign 1, there is a whole other campaign that was just as long that they could totally do, and I will absolutely lose my mind if and probably when they get to campaign 2, because that's the one that I'm a biggest fan of.
Yeah, and then turns out a lot of Campaign 3, mild spoilers, circles back around a little bit. And that's all I'll say about that for spoilers reasons.
Cool.
So basically,
I'm
what
crying every episode right now.
So what I'm hearing is my original idea years ago that got snuffed by, not y'all. Y'all were very great about it. By literally every other Critical Role fan I talked to about starting a Campaign 1 was a good idea, actually.
I mean, I still like Campaign 2 better.
I haven't
if
watched
there's
the
some-
whole thing. Kat has taken me through, like, the major beats.
Which
of
honestly
Campaign 1.
probably didn't help because she had a harder time wanting to watch Campaign 1 when I showed her most of the best parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
But yeah.
Campaign 1 is good. It's very rough D&D in that like a lot of like adult content. I'll just leave it there, but it's fun.
I'm an IT guy. I got plenty of time to listen to these episodes. They're just so long.
We're also, and I want to emphasize this, we're not knocking rough D&D.
No.
No,
I don't
by
think
no
this
means are
is
we.
the show for that.
I mean, like
our slapped ass
we
show.
don't play like rough.
You know what? I think our
Exactly.
Our setup is
I don't
pretty
know, Brian
good.
would argue that.
Yeah.
Our finance,
Mean.
our financial people that provide us gear are buying us the best they can.
Nobody's
Oh, I wasn't
complaining.
even talking about that kind of rough. I meant like adult content.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, no, we're not.
Sam and Grog are very like Sam and Grog.
Yeah, very.
Sam-
Scanlon and Grog are off at the whorehouses and stuff. It's just like
Yeah, no, we don't do
that kind of.
No,
Yeah,
we're
We've got
pushing a hard
class.
PG-13, I think, in our
Yeah.
campaign.
Hey,
Yeah.
Al got him some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a fade. That was a fade to black.
After a cute.
Yeah,
I know.
Date.
very cute.
Sorry, you're not going to get us to not talk at all about our D&D campaigns because we love playing together.
Which
We
you
have a
can
good
catch
time.
our latest episode on this channel and on supercoolnerdshow.com.
And they're a lot of fun to watch. These guys they actually pull it together long enough to be entertaining
Amazingly
through the
so.
broadcasts. That's a backhanded compliment
All right.
for you.
But anyway, back to is that everything for
season 3.
Vox Machina?
Yes, season 3 of Vox Machina, and I mean, check out Critical Role. It's a great show.
Can't argue there.
Yeah.
Who's next? Kat, you got something?
I got something. This is definitively, yes, lighthearted, so we'll take a turn here. So Xbox is throwing shade at PlayStation trolls. If you follow Xbox on Twitter, you see after they post anything all the time that PlayStation trolls, not PlayStation, the trolls, say PS better, PlayStation is better, which I assume they're just guessing because they probably haven't gotten a hold of a
Which one have I
console
actually
either.
seen on a shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah, the companies tend to play nice, but fans don't. This year, Xbox decided to take a little bit of a different thread with it.
Ooh.
You guys have probably seen the meme of check your kids' candy for...
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite memes
Oh,
in
yeah.
general.
I posted one in our
Yes.
Discord today. Yes.
Yeah, the Ocarina of Time one. I love this meme. It's basically anything. It's like, check your kid's candy for, and it will be like demons from Doom or whatever.
Check your kids' candy.
Xbox posted one a day ago that said, please check your candy this year. We found troll posts in ours, and they won't stop repeating the same thing over and over again, along with a picture that says PlayStation better just sticking out at all angles from the candy. Which, like,
Please tell me
You
those
know-
are actual tweets.
fair play.
Yeah, that's on their page, man.
Yeah.
Those are, no, I'm talking about the that
Oh.
they put
Oh,
in
they
the
don't
candy.
call out the
Or-
names.
I'm pretty sure that somebody, a troll in there, looked at them and was like, they used my tweet.
Well,
I mean, probably.
I
They
gave them
don't-
the ammunition to
well, I
kill me.
mean, it's hard to decipher your tweet from anyone else's when it's the literal same exact thing.
Yeah.
Also, it's just a bunch of unoriginal trolls. Okay, cool.
At the time of this show, it has 13.5 thousand retweets, 122,000 likes, and 5.26k quote tweets on Please Check Your Candy.
This is just another point that we should go to E3 to like try to pit Xbox and PlayStation against each other in one just mad brawl on the LA Convention Center floor.
Honestly, I'm not mad at it. I love a little shade throwing,
Yeah.
a little trash talking, and I feel like the
fun.
companies have been above board.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like you gotta answer the trolls sometimes.
Anytime I've seen the companies like quote unquote fight with each other, it's always been funny.
Yeah, and for the most part, they're like, however you're playing, game on kind of vibes.
Yeah. I would have been like, don't worry, there's no danger of you finding a PS5 in any of your kids' candy.
See, that
Or
would
on
have
the
been
shelf.
actual shade.
Yeah.
This at least
Personal.
this one singles out specifically the trolls, but I thought fair play, well done.
There, very nice. All right. Well, I got a lot of Marvel movies recently announced. Hey, we're going to be putting a couple of them on hold. Production issues, blah, blah, blah. But one of them is getting a major overhaul. Now, the first Blade movie starring Wesley Snipes was known as the one that kept Marvel out of bankruptcy. So it was a hard kind of thing for me to take when I saw they were redoing Blade. But then they cast Mahershala Ali, and I was like, cool.
Yes, please.
We're done here. Now, this movie was supposed to be going into production very soon. Unfortunately, Kevin Feige has come out and said no. Apparently, Mahershala Ali had a lot of problems with the script, the direction, the director, and a number of other things. And Kevin loves to keep them actors happy, so they have torn up the script for Blade. They have fired the director, Bassam Tariq. It has been officially noted that there were scheduling issues that are keeping him from working on this film, but he is out. The script has been burned, and prep work was underway for this film to start. Now, stepping up, let me get my notes here.
Get Ryan Coogler.
No. Stacey Osei Kuffour wrote the original screenplay, the one that got torn up. She wrote Watchmen. But the new script is credited to Bo DeMaio, who worked on The Witcher and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Yes! And let's see. He also is writing the X-Men 97 animated series and an episode of Moon Knight.
Oh.
He's got a busy schedule.
So we're getting a new, a totally new script. No one has been officially credited with taking over directorial duties, but yeah, this is pretty big. But Kevin Feige apparently came in person and said, nope. And we know that we don't want to upset the Kevin. Go watch She-Hulk. Anyway.
I have to think that, like, the original script was too, I would guess, too tropey. That would be my guess, but I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think.
I don't know. I watched Watchmen, and...
Was it Watchmen the movie or Watchmen the show?
The show.
Okay.
And honestly, I can kind of understand why that wouldn't work with Blade. I hate to say that, because I liked Watchmen, but I don't know how that writing style would translate to Blade. Because the first Blade, masterpiece. I'm sorry. Everybody's seen the first Blade, right?
Yes,
I've seen
it's
parts
been a
of it.
while.
I've never seen the whole thing.
Okay, well, the bar is set pretty high with Blade, all right? So already you got some serious barriers to overcome. Mahershala Ali is a good start, but if you're going in with a weak script and a director that you don't trust with that material...
That is not what you need to explain. What you need to explain is why Watchmen isn't good enough for Blade. Because Watchmen, the TV series, was amazing.
I think it's too deep for the character.
That's fair.
That's fair. They flat out showed the Juneteenth,
the Tulsa.
The Tulsa massacre. They showed it in all its
Yeah.
glory. They did not back off from it even a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was too heavy.
I'm surprised how many people saw that and were like, did that really happen? Yes,
Yeah.
read your history. But also, Blade needs to be a badass, deliver a couple of cool lines, kill some vampires very fabulously.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
yes.
I'm keeping it 100
I'm so sorry.
here.
I'm so sorry, Reverend. I'm sorry for
That's
doubting
not
you.
that's not what I expected you to say, but that makes perfect sense.
makes a
Thank
lot
you.
of sense.
Kevin Feige probably came in here and said, "This is far too complicated. When does he pull out the sword and kill something?"
He's like, bruh, he needs to kill some vamps. Like that's.
I've gone through
that's
10
what we're doing.
pages here, and no vampire has died yet. What the hell is this?
We're going for Van Helsing, not Dracula.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, Blade's one good strength is like it comes out the gate. Like, he's there, the vampires see him, and they're like, uh-oh. And you know, this dude is a badass.
I'm begging for no CGI eye opening. Just please, the director and the actor, please get along, because that was embarrassing.
I will say that, like, this is all conjecture. We don't know anything beyond the fact that it was shut down.
I'm just
the
saying
facts
it's
of the story.
Yeah, the writer has been fired and the script torn up. I'm saying my deductive reasoning, because I am the smartest person on the show, tells me that something was wrong with that script. Something was horribly wrong with the script. Kevin had to get in personally. So yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm really anxious to see this film. Please don't let this one go. I do want. We've already heard him in Eternals, so
I have a lot of thoughts about that, and I mostly am just gonna let it go. But what I can't let go is you saying that you're the smartest person on the show. Like, you're my friend.
I was hoping I would get away with
I
that
love
one.
you dearly. Just no. Anyway,
I usually
I'm not
the
gonna
brains
call
of
out.
the
We're not
group.
gonna have we're not gonna have a whole contest.
We're not going to
here,
break out an IQ
but
test.
only because we don't have time.
okay. I choose C all the way down.
I didn't say I
Anyway.
was smarter than you. I just said no.
Well, back to Cora. What have you got? Please tell me something.
Well, you know I like to keep things pretty simple and clean on this show. It's the way we're feeling tonight. Yeah, okay, so it's Kingdom Hearts story.
This is the opposite of simple and clean.
I know. Well, back when this was created, it was simple and clean. So back in 2003-ish, yeah, actually 2003, there was a pilot made for a Kingdom Hearts TV show. Now, this was before Kingdom Hearts 2 was a brainchild or anything, I believe. Like, this was Kingdom Hearts 1 territory. And we'd seen, like, storyboards from it for years, and finally the creator for the pilot, the artist, stepped forward and said, hey, I've got the animatic for that pilot, and I've been sitting on this for 20 years. Can someone teach me to translate this from VHS to something digital? And so, it's up. It's an 11-minute video that was a pilot animatic to pitch a Kingdom Hearts cartoon show for Disney. And you know what? It's not that bad. Like, it actually seemed pretty good. It has, like, I don't know if y'all watched, like, the Hercules cartoon show, or The Little Mermaid, or Aladdin, Emperor's New School. Like, I don't know if y'all watched those. But it has that same kind of feel to it, and I love it.
If there was anybody on this show that I was going to trust to tell me a Kingdom Hearts cartoon was good, it is Cora.
100%.
I know.
Like, the changes they would have made to the story, like the plot and everything, like the plot was going to be the same, but how they presented the story was going to be just like slightly different to work for a TV show, and I liked it. I liked how they did it, and like I had some people say, like, "Isn't this a fan thing?" Like, no, that's Sora's voice actor talking, and those aren't lines from the game. I know.
It just goes to show how many projects just get like cut and never heard from again, and there's stuff that got like Batgirl. Anyway,
what I'm hoping, and what all of us are hoping, is that with this being posted, it like rejuvenates the fandom a little bit, and maybe we bully Disney into making it. Although at the same time, keep it just Kingdom Hearts 1. Don't try to convolute it with it literally anything else. Just keep it Kingdom Hearts 1, maybe Kingdom Hearts 2, but don't go into like the 14 years of video games that were in between 2 and 3. Please. Dear God. That was too much.
as fans, we really have lately been bullying studios into doing things like that Sonic is ugly. Change it.
Yeah.
I want this Deadpool movie. Give it to us. Like, what else can I get done around here?
Yeah, but like Disney is a powerhouse enough that I don't think we can bully them into it. But
We can try.
we can try. Like, I'm not telling y'all not to. We should try.
I rewatched the Prey movie recently, and I thought about it. I was like, Disney owns the license for Predator, and they own the license for Star Wars. How do I get these two properties together, get them drunk, and play some Barry White?
I mean, like, we've gotten a lot of, like, things recently that we've hoped for a long time. We got Moon Knight, we got Sandman. Like, let's see what else we can...
Somebody get a hold of Jon Favreau and tell him I have an idea
Yeah.
that it needs to happen.
And get Kevin Feige in the meeting, because he can shut it down.
Yeah,
Kevin needs to stay away from my dream here.
yeah, I highly recommend going and checking it out after our show.
On YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Just look Kingdom Hearts Pilot. It will pop up. It looks like it's a fan-made thing. The artwork's not, like, stellar, but it's also an animatic for a pilot.
Right.
It's not going to be good.
20 years ago, when they weren't even, like, putting as
I'm
much into
I'm
it.
curious, honestly.
I also want to point out my favorite moment in there, my favorite memeable moment in that whole thing, is there is a scene where Jafar is, like, talking to Maleficent, and she's like, did you get the thing I asked for? Well, no, I need more time for this. And she just, like, does this, and you just see a still image of Jafar just go, meow, out the door.
I love it.
It's so funny. Like, I know why they did it that way, but I had to stop. It was so
I'm in.
funny. Yeah. And, like, there's little clips of what the music, samplings of the music for it, even parts where they would have put in, like, the instrumental for, like, Simple and Clean. Please watch it. It's really great. Give him the views. He's not monetizing
I'll
this,
check
by
it
the
out.
way. Probably to avoid Disney coming and, like, taking it down. Like, watch it as quickly as you can, just in case the mouse decides it doesn't need to be here. But, like, it's already gotten, like...
You've been a bad boy.
Like, over 100,000 views.
No, nothing.
Oh,
I have a story that piggybacks on that one. Pretty well.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so speaking of, like, just pressuring people until we get the things that we want, I don't know if any of you have watched Welcome to Wrexham. I haven't watched it yet. Ryan Reynolds and what's his name? Rob McElhenney, probably,
Yes.
from It's Always Sunny, teamed up to do a documentary, and they bought a soccer club that was struggling, and they ran it, and that's the first season of Welcome to Wrexham. They had no... Like, I think Ryan literally slid into his DMs to ask him to do this. And that's how it came about. They didn't have a professional relationship. They didn't know each other, but now they're like best buds. I haven't watched it. I'm going to. It's a docuseries about their crash course in football club ownership.
Making that the second show to do that in the last 3 years.
Yeah. Except it's documentary.
Yeah.
And the town counting on the two actors to bring some serious hope and change. It's like they saw Ted Lasso and they just got really, really hyped for the whole concept. Anyway, so now they're besties, because of course they are. And in an interview the other day, I don't know, somebody brought up a throwaway question about, would Ryan Reynolds be Rob's boyfriend on It's Always Sunny? And of course, Ryan Reynolds was like, yeah, I'd do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Is anyone listening? Yes.
And so now fans of It's Always Sunny are like, yes, please get him in here. Please get him in here.
One could say that ship has sailed.
Also, they've already announced season 2 for Welcome to Wrexham. They asked Rob if there would be a season 2, and he said, of course, I don't sign on to do less than 16 series of any show, which is a nod to the fact that It's Always Sunny is the longest running, I think, live action sitcom that exists, maybe? I think that's right, live action. It's in its 16th, 17th season.
Nice.
But yeah, we might see Ryan Reynolds in the future.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's probably because, one, I haven't watched Always Sunny yet, but also because, like, I'm just terminally not told anything how media works.
I haven't watched It's Always Sunny either. So
I thought Always Sunny ended a while ago because I don't pay attention. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I didn't start watching it till last year, I think, and I blazed through it. It doesn't have the rewatch.
I can't catch up on anything. I got Critical Role. I can't do it.
It's one of those, like, that fans of it are rabid, and it has some extremely funny moments. It's not a good show to watch if you're depressed, but it's a lot of fun.
It's
sometimes.
really not. This is, and I would go a little bit further, although this is partly just me. Don't watch it by yourself. Like, get a friend, hang out.
It's hilarious when Cass and I watch it together.
It's so funny when we watch it together. But yeah, like, just hang out. Don't binge it. Just, hang out. Invite some friends over, hang out and
don't
watch
pay
it.
too much attention to it.
Yeah, because it's an incredibly cynical show. The watching experience is somewhat similar to Rick and Morty. But yeah. It's still
a little
fun,
dark. Nobody's the good guys, but also is insanely funny.
It's so
sometimes.
funny. Danny DeVito is an absolute
Charlie
king.
Day
And
is-
Charlie Day.
Anyway, but
You
yeah.
got- Cash, you got another one for us? No? Yes? Do you need a minute?
Hold on. No, I don't.
Go for it.
Nope. I don't have one. I don't have another one.
Do you want me to make a paper airplane and
Yeah.
throw it at you of any stories I have?
All right, so we got enough to do one more round. So, what? You do need a moment? Okay then.
No, she doesn't
I don't have
another
another
story.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
Well,
she's
I have
saying.
some good news.
Go ahead.
Apparently, this planet gets to keep living.
Is that a
So-
good thing?
Yes, apparently. Well, okay.
Are we sure?
To clarify, back on the 26th of September, NASA did some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen, where they took a refrigerator-sized satellite and crashed it into the side of an asteroid called Dimorphos. The DART spacecraft program was developed as an interplanetary asteroid protection system. Now, they were able to crash this thing into the side of the asteroid, but it was going to take time for them to gauge the trajectory to see if it actually had any effect. Good
They were
news.
trying to redirect that.
Yes, good news, good people of Earth, it worked. So this planet gets to keep on living thanks to NASA. They can do more than just go to the moon. So they actually nudged the asteroid Dimorphos close to its partner Deimos and cut the time it takes to orbit around that rock by 10 to 15 minutes. Now, granted, this asteroid posed no danger to Earth itself. But the creation of this program does tell me there is an asteroid out there that does pose a problem and will come to destroy the Earth. But hey, we get to divert it and continue living as a planet. Look, I'm going to say right now, there's no way that someone just said, you know what we should do? We should try to crash something into the side of an asteroid. What?
So what you're saying to me is that Armageddon was a documentary.
And the actions happen in real time, yes.
or it was prophetic.
I still love the best line of that movie, begging your pardon, sir, it's a big-ass sky. So-
it's incredible. It is some sci-fi bullshit. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, because everyone's had this, what if an asteroid, and NASA also has a very, very happy animation on their website that would have shown what happens if an asteroid that size crashed into the Earth. Spoiler alert, it is not good at all. It is pretty much planet-destroying hell brought to all of us.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, very. So, I don't know. Somebody animated that. I hate you. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
But who would have thought, because we've all talked about what if an asteroid hits the Earth and destroys everything. The idea, let's just smash something into the side of the asteroid and cause it to go in a different direction.
Also, the hold on, I'm still not good at this. Just the idea that it's refrigerators, like that's what they use to describe it, is like, we just chuck a refrigerator at it.
I think this thing was...
Density? Is it the square footage? What was it?
No, they just took a Frigidaire and put little satellite things
That's
on
what
it and pushed it.
I thought it was
They
like
duct
the
taped
Han
a rocket
Solo.
to it.
It was the Han Solo like carbon cast.
Actually, going
What
further...
it is in my head. They
Going
just
further
launched
into the
it.
article, it actually diverted it more than they thought it would. So now it's just going to hit another planet. Or actually, now this asteroid
Do we
is
care
going to hit
about
us. 'Cause
Yeah. I guess we'll hit it with another refrigerator. It'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry. Look, best
Maybe
$330
freezer,
million
hotel
spent. All right. I watched this. Look, I watched this broadcast live. Like, come on. Like, I had a drink and popcorn. I want them to hit this. They ran a camera all the way up until impact. Best entertainment I've seen all year. Do it again. Just start hitting.
Flashback to the NASA team partying like they were in spring break on MTV.
Sell
I
tickets.
loved it.
Let me sit in there. I'm like, come on. Hit. I have like little pennants and stuff.
Did they say
This
Earth
is better
or
than professional
asteroid?
sports.
It's just like how I imagine our missile
I'm just
defense.
waiting
system
for one
works,
day
'cause I
they
don't know.
do it and like something is on the rock and you just see something look like what? Right before impact.
It's gonna be the cutest little like space lizard too, with like
Yeah.
bug emo eyes. Like,
You see
oh
some-
me.
Looking like the fire spirit from Frozen 2.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that
exactly
speck?
what I
And
was
it gets
thinking.
closer and it's like an alien going. What is that?
Yeah, and then 2 minutes later, it's Mad Mama shows up, and we're like, well, Earth
And
is
then
toast again.
Space Wars.
Yeah.
In the stars.
I like it.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. I don't know if we have the picture for this. I don't remember if I sent it to you late or not, and that's fine. It's okay. But we have a first look at one of our new Pokemon trainers for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yay!
I have an amazing picture, but I'm going to save it.
Okay. Her name, I couldn't understand how she pronounced her name in the trailer because she was speaking in Japanese and very, very fast. But I am going to say that her name's Ayano because she is an electric type trainer. So, Ions, get it? Ha ha ha.
Oh, that
ha.
makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in Japanese.
The trailer was in Japanese, so she was speaking in Japanese, and she spoke very, very fast.
Are they called ions in Japanese?
That's also
They
why
could be for the sake of this. Like, there's a lot of words, English words
Yeah.
that work them way.
It's also very possible that her name is going to be different in Japanese, and that's why I couldn't understand it. Oh well, I'm going with Ayano because it makes sense. But she is a cute electric type trainer, and in her time when she's not being a gym leader, she is a influencer and video game streamer. And I love it. Her design looks very much like the VTubers that you guys may have seen like doing streams and stuff, and I dig it. The little magnemites on her head are just hair clips. They're not Pokemon, but they do pop off and like do little happy things. She's very, very cute. Like, I can't understate how adorable she is because I love her very much. She has a very eccentric personality, as you would expect from someone who's not just a streamer, but also an electric trainer. And we don't know who her Pokemon partner is, which is strange because usually, like, when they introduce the trainer, they'll also introduce, like, their like, Pokemon with them.
Who would you stan?
For her? Probably the the electric puppy or something. She gave us clues to what her partner is, but I've been out of Pokemon for so long.
Are you talking about the Eevee, like electric one?
Jolteon I could see. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, no.
But I'll go with Jolteon. I could see Jolteon. It's a good electric type, and it goes with her color scheme with the yellow and black. But she gave us like hints on what her Pokemon partner would be, but she never told us. She's just like, find out next time, and like ended her quote unquote stream, which just kind of plays into it. I really like it. I'm very excited. Pokemon will be coming out next month, November 18th, I believe, and I'm excited. You can watch the trailer on YouTube as well. Yay!
And watch
yeah,
Ed
18th.
Sheeran's song.
Yes, watch Ed Sheeran's song too. It's really,
geez.
really nice. It's really, really pretty.
I just remembered that I forgot to do that. But
I'll have it in queue ready to go when the show's over.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, you got anything to finish this off? Or
Yeah,
we get-
speaking of pipe dreams, like Jason's whole Earth is going to be saved. Another pipe dream you might attach your hopes and dreams to is that we may have more PlayStations next year. Maybe. In March 2023, which is the beginning of their 2023 fiscal year, they have reportedly a goal to sell 22, I think, million. Ship 22 million next year. Is it 22? Yes. Nope, 30.5 million, which would be a 70% increase from their sales goal from the rest of 2022, which is to sell 18 million. And they're supposed to begin production next April, which is hard to buy into, but there's also rumors that they're going to make a new version of it featuring a detachable disk drive, which, you know, yeah, that can be replaced without needing to buy an entirely new system, which, you know, like, we'll see. Like, there's a reason you see the cynical look on all.
Yeah, can
of our
anybody
faces.
out there watching the show hear my eyes literally rolling at this news? I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, there's like in the forums that I tend to frequent a lot, like God of War forums, for instance, we're all wondering.
Example.
That's just a random sample. We're all trying to figure out how to clear room on our PS4s and redo silver paste to make sure that we can keep up with it on the PS4 because we've just given up hope.
I just wanted to play Miles Morales on PS5.
I mean, props to all the makers who have made backwards compatible games, like Cass has gotten to play Horizon Forbidden West. I'm not looking at a future where I don't get to play God of War. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that, but I'd be even more excited if I had a PlayStation 5. So, PlayStation better, trolls. Why don't you guys shut the fuck up? That's what I think. You can shut the fuck up.
As far as I'm concerned, y'all still haven't given me my pre-order. So,
like, I mean, maybe. Who knows? We can hope. That's what
Anyway,
I've got.
that
Just
was
a final story that pisses
that
Jason
sucked.
off. I've
That
done my
sucked
job.
to end this show. Anyway,
No, it's hopeful. Maybe.
I can end it on a quick good note.
what? You're pointing at me not to end the show. Oh, okay. There is one more story I could go with. I thought we were running short on time, but and I found this information out recently. But Joe Manganiello, who
Pictured here.
oh God,
We're not going to take the D&D
I don't even know.
and
I don't
make
even know
this
what the
story.
picture is, but I did not know a lot about Joe Manganiello. But the more that I found out, for one, he's married to Sofia Vergara,
Yes, he is.
which is awesome. Also, he's a huge nerd
wow.
who plays D&D. Also,
That's him in the blockbuster movie Magic Mike.
I don't know what that is. I appreciate when MJF, who is an asshole from AEW, posted a picture of him shirtless and said, "I don't play D&D." Joe posted a picture of himself shirtless and said,
On Men's
"I
Fitness. On the cover
Yeah.
of
And,
Men's Fitness.
and MJF's only comeback was, "Shut up, Joe. No one asked you." Like the ultimate cop out. But Joe is taking his passion for Dungeons and Dragons and his secret D&D games that happen with Hollywood Elite, and he is co-directing a Dungeons and Dragons documentary. Woo! For one, I am in for this. I absolutely will watch this in theaters. Bring it on. Working with Wizards of the Coast, he was made an official ambassador, and he has been basically, I don't know how he does it. He's all over the place. He's in every D&D game out there. I expect him to show up at ours at some point.
I mean, I would love that.
If you
Can
haven't
he?
Googled Joe Manganiello's dungeon, go ahead and do that. Not just because it's fun to Google.
It's an NSFW.
No, it's
Now,
it's
he'll
very,
be working with Kyle Newman to bring this documentary to life. Totally being backed by Hasbro, who now owns, they work in partnership with Wizards of the Coast. So this is not like some independent documentary. They're getting the full knowledge of everything D&D right from the source, and I'm here for it.
Absolutely. I mean, this is official D&D content, and it's going to be amazing.
I will say he has not been at all shy about the fact that he's extremely involved with D&D. He has a company of streetwear called Death Saves, which is kind of a badass name.
That is pretty cool.
And he kind of reps the evil side of D&D. It's not a secret that in his long running campaign that he plays a dragonborn called Arkin the Cruel. He's a paladin, I think, of Tiamat. He reps the bad side, but like in the best way.
Love it.
And yeah, he's showed up on several things. There's something There's a one-shot from Wizards of the Coast that you can find on YouTube called Jox Machina. That was Travis, Joe
Willingham,
Joe Manganiello, someone else that I don't know, and The Big Show.
playing D&D.
That's
Big Show.
Cool as hell.
Now, was in it. At one point, the DM tries to tell him he can't do something, and he goes, "Excuse me," and he's like, "I'm gonna let you do that." It's a dope one shot of just like badass like muscle boys playing badass muscle characters, like beating up on some shit, and I
think it was
love
the same event with the stream that was all DMs, and Chris Perkins gave Matt Mercer the only instance of double disadvantage I've ever seen.
It wasn't Matt, but yes.
Yeah.
Triple disadvantage.
Oh
like
my
he made
goodness.
him roll 3 and choose the lowest one to do
man.
something.
Now, one very cool thing about this
Mika
documentary
Burton
that is coming up is they were able to secure apparently hundreds of hours of never-before-seen footage from 1970 of the creation of the game. This is archive footage that's never been seen before. Give me. Now, Joe did release a statement. I couldn't be more proud and excited to get back behind the camera for another documentary, this time with the D&D Dream Team of John Peterson, Kyle, and my brother and producing partner, Nick. I lived through the rise and fall and rise again of this legacy brand that has not only meant so much to me, but has served as a fountainhead of creativity for an entire generation of writers, artists, and creative minds, influencing so much of our culture. None of this would have been possible without Nathan Stewart at Wizards of the Coast and my eternally supportive boss from the HBO True Blood days, Michael Lombardo, and his fantastic team at E1. So, what? Never before seen footage of the creation of Dungeons and Dragons?
When you said hundreds of hours of footage, I was just like, oh, did you mean any D&D campaign? No, this is...
From the 70s. I'm in.
Bring it.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
when I was
let's
reading
go.
this story, like, when I read that part, my jaw dropped. Like, this exists?
Yeah.
I'm freaking pumped. I trust Joe to handle this more than most people. Like, he's been in the culture for forever. There's even an interview, you can see him talking about it to Colbert when Colbert was about to do Red Nose Day with the Critical Role kids, which he did, and it was dope. Yeah.
Oh, and we do have, this will be set to release in 2024 to coincide with the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons.
So when we get 5.5 or 5 or 6th edition, whatever
Whatever
it
it
turns
is.
out to be.
So very cool and
Dope.
I'm so in for this.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel a little bad that I
how have we never known about this? Were they just like, where did this come from? Just
I think he means the footage, not Joe.
yeah, the footage.
okay.
No, Joe's all right with me.
No, I'm pumped. I'm hoping my doctor shows up on it. He has all the first edition stuff. We talk about it every time I go into the doctor's appointment.
You're a nerd.
He's a nerd. He gave me meds so that I could paint minis with steady hands. Like, I'm in good doctor hands with this one.
So that is it for the show. I'm glad we were able to end off with kind of a good story.
Yeah.
A lot of bummers.
It's been a
tonight.
rise. It's been a fall. But yeah, thank you all for joining us out there. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, you can find us at supercoolnerdshow.com for stories, posting the previous shows and everything. If you want to follow us, you can always follow us at SCNS Live on Twitter, Instagram, on TikTok as well. And of course, if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. Cat.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BetterCat.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CoroDonoArt for all things Suikoden and art related.
Twitter and Instagram at The Good Cast.
All right, cool. Make sure you go check out Texas Latino Comic Con. It's going to be an awesome event, and hopefully we'll see you out at Dallas Fan Festival. But until next week, guys, as we always say around here, keep on nerding.